On the Radio is brought to you by Zurich Insurance, the perfect place to catch up with all things Melbourne. If you enjoy this content and want more inside access from the team, make sure you visit the club website.
You are listening to Sports Day. We're here for Red Energy, CanStar's most trusted energy retailer nationally for 2021. That's Red Energy, and across Tasmania for Wilson Homes. They believe in great design, so you love being home. Jared Healy, Sam McClure with you for the next hour. Big hour coming up. We're going to chat to the boss of Optus Stadium, Jared.
How's it looking?
Kenner. It's probably the bit... Oh, Jesus, looking an absolute treat.
Are you a little bit concerned?
They've been... Go on, yep.
Are you concerned it's a bit slippery? The slippery factor has been a bit disappointing. It's the only negative I got.
Bit of Stewie Dew on the ground,
yeah.
You're saying. A bit of moisture underneath it.
Well, there's been a lot of players go to ground, so hopefully they've sorted that out.
Well, Alex Neal-Bullen, the Melbourne half-forward utility star, he's played on it recently. He's going to join us in a matter of seconds, so we can ask him. And the Western Bulldogs great, the Brownlow medalist himself, as you are, Jared, Tony Liberatore, is going to join us. His son, Tom, involved in another grand final, a very proud moment for the Liberatore family, clearly. But let's start with the man in Perth. They had a light run around today. They've got their main session tomorrow. His name is Alex Neal-Bullen. He's about to play in a grand final, and he joins us on Sports Day. Alex, welcome to you from Joondalup.
Thanks, Sam. Cheers, Jared.
Give us a weather report from Joondalup, Alex, because I can give you one from here, from downtown South Melbourne. I'll give you one from downtown Brighton.
What's it like down there, Jared? Tell us.
Well, downtown Brighton this morning, as I jumped into the water with my brother, water temperature was about maybe 11.5 degrees. The outside air temperature with a little bit of wind chill factor on it at about 8:30 was about 8.5. So at this stage, the hail overnight just chilled it all off a little bit. But I suspect, Alex, it's a shade better downtown Joondalup.
Yeah, it's quite nice here. Sorry to put it on you, but probably right now I'm sitting in the sun. It's 25, and then in the shade it's probably a cool 18 degrees. So. Yeah, I can't complain right now, that's for sure.
So do you understand why people who live in Sydney and people who live in Perth actually now look down on us, and they're doing it legitimately?
Well, it's one of those things. I was actually talking to my fiance the other day about the whole living over here and like the draft. When I was 18 going through the draft, coming here felt like you were moving into a whole new country.
Yep.
And then since being here the last 3 weeks, it's just beautiful. The coastline's wonderful.
Yes.
The people, the locals are lovely. So, yeah, it's got a average rap, I reckon, but I'm going to try get the reputation of here increased a bit, I reckon. It deserves it.
I can remember when I was 16, I always wanted to live in WA. I travelled to WA by car when I was 17, and I absolutely loved Western Australia. And I always thought I would end up living in Western Australia, and I don't think I got back there till I was about, for an extended period of time, till I was about 30. But I just think Western Australia is the greatest state in this country, in my view. If you look at their coastline, it's arguably the best coastline in the world. If you look at what they've got,
surf spots, Jared.
Oh, incredible surf. I mean, it has got the best surf in the country, without question. And you've
Any
got
spots for the boys.
Oh, plenty of secret spots. But you've got the south, and then you've got the north. I mean, you've got waves up there that are equal to anything that Bali throws up, etc. Probably getting a little bit crowded, so you can't get to Bali. But I digress. When are you moving back to? When are you going to move full time?
What, over here?
Yeah.
Or back to Melbourne?
No, you'll be moving over there. I mean, you would have already been in negotiations with the West Coast Eagles. They're going to have half a dozen people jumping on board there, and Freo, no doubt.
Yeah, it's a good factor. Show the coastline and people will fly over here, I reckon.
Alex, just for the Melbourne fans back home, so training this week, does it feel like you're sort of floating above the ground a little bit? I mean, I know there's still hard work left, and you've got your biggest test on Saturday against the Western Bulldogs. You had a pretty decent hit out on Saturday. I was there watching through the fence when you had some match simulation. Is it now sort of just learn a little bit more about the Dogs, get the game plan in your head, and just cruise through and not get injured and be fresh for Saturday?
Yeah, it's always a hard one. You don't want to do anything silly leading up to a grand final, whether you're playing in an AFL level or amateur level. But for us, it's been great just starting the week as we are at the moment now. We've had Monday was the start of a normal week for us, and to be totally honest with you, I was that itchy just to get the week on track normal, because the 2 weeks in between, there's a lot of time for thinking, and I guess I've allowed myself to imagine what it would feel like to win the game, as probably all the 46 other players who will run out there have done. But it's now time to focus in and really dial in on what we want to do as a team, and the best way we can go about our business to give us the best shot at winning. So it's an exciting time. We understand that there's still 3-4 days to go to the build-up, and we're just going to try and enjoy it as much as we can with one eye on the job on Saturday.
Everybody has been asked to play their role, and it's a great way of dealing with expectation and pressure. And the majority of the team are role players, and there's the great divide between the role players and the match winners. But role players can also be match winners, and that's what I find absolutely enjoyable about grand finals. Which role player can we pile the cash on to get the really good odds for the Norm Smith medal? And I'm just starting to tinker with the idea, Alex, that you can be a stopper, but you can also be a goal kicker. You can play your role, but you can also be a match winner. Do you dream of the Norm Smith medal moment where you nail that third or fourth goal and you know that you are getting up on the podium at the end of the game?
To be totally honest with you, I have never thought about kicking 4 goals in a grand final, let alone playing in the grand final.
Yep.
So if that does happen, I think you'll see by my reaction that it would be something out of my wildest dreams. We're purely here to, like you said, play our role, but also understand our role within that team. And for some people, it is you'll find role player, but within our team, we have players that we have a good idea of what their strengths are, and we allow those boys to put on their strengths. So that's something that I guess a lot of clubs would say they have good role players, and that's something we've gone about our business this year. Is each person in our team has a role, but it's about contributing your role at the highest level possible, and that's something I feel like we've done very well.
You have kicked 4 in a game before, Alex, once. Do you remember it? You tell us when it was.
Yeah, that was against Carlton on the G, I reckon.
Yep, 2018, Jared.
Yeah.
They just had a very quiet victory, 25-9, 159 to 7-8-50. Alex Neal-Bullen kick 4, McDonald kick 4, Melksham kick 5. Just a very, very quiet afternoon in front of goal for the Demons.
Well, there's every opportunity he gets the chance to kick his 4. Sometimes it's about taking your opportunities in these big moments. 2-2 and 15 possessions won't get it done. But if you maximise your opportunities, 4 goals from 4 shots, and maybe a fluke is 5th, and you get your 15 or 16 possessions, you get your champion data points up. Because bear in mind, the selectors will be all looking at those. You're still in the mix, I reckon, Alex.
As long as there's a premiership medal there, Jared, I'm happy.
Yep. Yeah, the one medal you desperately want is that first one. You can the other one's just all cream on the cake. Tell us about the low point of the season around, I don't know, what was it, rounds 14 to 17 or thereabouts, where you had a couple of losses. One of them was Collingwood up at the SCG, and people were jumping off everywhere, and yet there wasn't a lot of evidence as to why they should jump off. You were just having a flat spot.
Yeah, and I think every team throughout the year has a flat spot, and I believe, and a lot of people in this footy club, we believe that it's about how you respond to those losses. So if you take a learning mindset from that, you're more than likely to improve and learn from the losses. And I think we've even seen it with the Western Bulldogs at the end of the year. They had some weeks where they didn't get the results, but as they've seen now, you've probably got the 2 best teams over the course of the year that are in the final 2 spots. So it's been a great learning year. What's been great about this year, though, is that we haven't had too many dips. We've been able to keep a relatively consistent year of footy, and by doing that, we've given ourselves now the best opportunity to be there in the last round of the year and fighting for what we all play footy for.
Alex, do you get the sense that, without giving away state secrets here, anyone's going to be targeted physically on Saturday? Now, that might be from directive from you, and I mean the Demons, to go after one of the Dogs, or do you also have to be ready for someone from the Dogs to go after one of your teammates, just to ruffle the feathers a little bit early?
Oh, I'm sure the game will be played with a high intensity regardless if there is a role being done by either team. For me, I see both sides of the teams have strengths and they have individuals that are huge parts of their team. I would say the players that are on each side on the ground, you'd back them in first. And each team might have strategies that they'll go to if they need to pull those levers. But I know for a fact that I believe in the boys on our side of the oval that we'll be able to get the job done if we attack the game with the right mentality. So, yeah, that's all I can see the game going out as the moment. It's going to be a huge contest, and it will be on from the start.
Was it your words or Lloydie's last night, Jared? I went to bed with words going through my head that one Jay Viney might be tasked to go after someone.
Well, I think he will be. I suspect it'll be McRae or it'll be Libba, and I think Jack Viney is a genuine chance to pick up the norm. He's my Smoky.
Yep. Smoky, I like a Smoky.
I've got a good track record in picking Smokies in the Brownlow, in the Norm Smith.
Are you patting yourself on the back?
Yes, I'm just warning people that get on Jack Viney because I've got a track record. My best, as you well know, is Brian Lake at 80-1. I did declare
that the night before. That is true.
I got Cyril Rioli at 20s.
Yep.
And just simply, and I'm going to have a go on Jack Viney, and I'm going to have a couple of goes on some Bulldogs, but I think you've got to go 15-1.
Small investment on Alex Neal-Bullen?
I am now going to have an investment on A and B. I'm not sure what I'm going to get, but I reckon it'll be well and truly north of the required cut-off point, and that's 15-1. I like Cozzy Pickett as well, Alex. I like Cozzy Pickett. If I do get up, I'll share their winnings with you. You can have a couple of bucks and I'll get the rest.
Alex, I can guarantee you, mate, whoever wins the Norm Smith on Saturday, there'll be a text about 3 minutes after the medal is given from Jared saying, I told you, Scoop. I told you. I tipped this.
He was my Smoky.
If it's any of the favourites, bear in mind I don't touch the favourites. I mean, what's the fun of tipping Petrarca or Gorn or the Bont or Libba? I mean, you got to take up the challenge. Somebody like your good self, Alex, is my sort of Norm Smith medal winner.
Oh, I love that attitude. There's got to be more people like you out there.
Who are you actually rooming with? Are you with a player, or do you all get your individual palaces?
Yeah, no, all individual rooms. I've got two neighbours in Jake Melksham and Choco Williams, so a mixed bag there.
Oh, that's a real mixed bag. How's Jake going?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, it's tough for the boys with families. You obviously have a feel for what they're going through with putting the kids to bed at 5 o'clock over here, reading books over Zoom call. So, yeah, it's definitely a tough time. I'm just super proud of how they've gone about it, but also the families back home. I think Jake's now got three kids under 8 years old, and Stacey, his partner's having to try control them all at once. So, yeah, you've got to give credit where credit's due for those guys because they've sacrificed a lot to be a part of this footy club for the last 4 weeks.
Alex, we spoke to you earlier in the year and we addressed the issues of, the end of last year. You were either in or you're out. You decided to stay. You get yourself right. You've had a fantastic year. So the job is not far away and you can grab your piece of history, not just for the Melbourne Footy Club, but for the AFL. Premiership Player medal awaits. Good luck. Hope the dream comes true for you.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate your support.
And if you're the Norm Smith
Alex.
medalist, make sure you're ready to talk to us on Monday.
I think he's gone. We'll take your silence as a yes. I enjoyed you going down memory lane, just reminding us of the Norm Smith Smokies.
Oh, the Smokies are the go. In fact,
go.
tomorrow night we're going to have a really good look with Richo at the Smokies.
Really? Is that yes, no, Richo? Or is it
well,
separate?
Lee Matthews went through a couple of the role players tonight, as you know.
Yep.
Tomorrow we'll put a dollar value to those Smokies.
I like it. Optus Stadium boss Mike McKenna is going to join us on Sports Day next.
Get a kick this footy finals weekend. A coffee kick from the Coffee Club. The Coffee Club will keep you caffeinated for the big game. Visit your local coffee club in store, take it away, or have it delivered today. The Coffee Club, keeping you caffeinated.